Hey guys, it's the Crypto Cowboy. It's about 11:50 here in Chicago time on the 10th of September, and I'm taking a look at the markets, and there's still a lot of questions. The market, it's made to confuse people in this fourth wave or second wave, whatever this is, but you can notice how a large period of consolidation can basically make you go crazy and pretty much don't go anywhere for about 2 months, 3 months now, right? So we started in the middle of June here, where we finished. We reached the top here in June 26th, so towards the end of the month, and we're already in the middle of September, and we're pretty much same prices since this kind of first correction down, right? So what are we gonna do here? I slightly turned bullish for the past couple of updates since yesterday, and I don't know if it's the right thing just yet. You wanted to make sure that you get some confirmation, and so far we don't have any. For example, into this blue count, the first confirmation that we would have, it would be a climb above these levels, 10,950, right? So that's what I've said. If we're going above 11,000, I think we can start thinking about a possible move to the top side. Does that mean that we are gonna embark on a new trend? What if this is just an A, simple B, and then another C in a 5-wave move up here to complete, for example, this triangle, right? So what if this is just part of this E leg, right, where you go, I'm going to move this B out of the way, but you can see where this 618 comes in, a relationship of E versus C. So that's where we would go with it, and that's extremely possible. This could be just an A of A, could be a B, and it could be a A of E. If we're jumping above 12,330, the top of this wave C, I think the confirmation will be even more aggressive, and definitely if we're taking these highs at 13,180, we are going to be very convinced that we are embarking in a new trend up here, either for a fifth wave or for a third wave up. So yeah, it's a little frustrating that it's possibly hard to trade these moves here, but there are still several interpretations. You can have a head and shoulders here with the head and two left shoulders, and we can break lower. And if we take the measurement of this thrust up here and project it, we can come down to our levels that we're suggesting here, towards 7,500. Because if the market, see, that's the tricky part with the triangles. They can break either way. They can be a B wave or they can be an X wave, where you go A, B, C, or you can go W, X, Y. So the idea remains that such a thrust from a triangle will come towards the previous area of a wave 4, which is around this neighborhood down here. All right. So let's see what's going on. There's still patience, and we just have to wait for the market to show us what's going on. I know we would want to have answers and pick a direction, but I don't think it's possible just yet. There's still way too many scenarios that overlap here, and we don't have a clear view. So if I go back again to the kind of the bullish count, what I would look for here would be, so if this is a wave 1, indeed you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in a wave 1, then this pullback here in the second wave, it could be that it's already done and you have an ABC, and I can go to a 3-hour chart and then just kind of look at it that way. You can go 1 ABC, and now you've done wave 1 up, and now you're doing a 2, so it's automatically 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, am I convinced that this is a wave 2? I don't know. What is this? Is this a flat? Is this a 335? We would have liked for this wave up here to go a little bit higher, to about 88%, 90% for a flat, and then come back down. We haven't gone below these lows here just yet, so it could be a wave 2 here. If it is, then we want to see the market go above these. Let me just get my little. You can want to see the market kind of go above this, and even better, above the top of wave 1, right? And then we might say with a little bit more confidence that we are embarking on a wave 3 up. So basically on this pullback, what I would do in situations like this, if this is a wave 2, the stop has to be below the wave C here. This is the origin of wave 1. So if the market drops below here, more than likely we're going to go into an extended wave 2 down here, where this is an ABC for W. This is an X instead of a 1. And then we're coming back into another ABC, kind of coming down, right, towards 786. And where is the 618? I think the 618 is, let me just go back here. To raise it up, the 618 is at 99.24. So even here would be just perfectly fine. So that's why I'm not 100% convinced that we are going to embark. So I'm waiting to see if we're taking on any of these levels, and then you can get more confirmation. Other than that, it's just a wait and see game for this bullish count. Basically what made me turn a little bit bullish was the fact that we have indeed reached September 9th, where we have the 618 projection, equality, actually multiple between wave 1 on a larger time frame and a wave 4. We are at the 1618 right now, and it would be a perfect timeline where the market should turn back up and start moving higher. That's one thing, and then the other thing, it's definitely a little bit of a drop into the Bitcoin dominance with a little bit of a rise in the altcoins. Not extremely aggressive, but maybe just enough to start hinting that the correction could be over. And this were kind of a couple of technical reasons. But I still need confirmation from the price, as I've said. And if I go to the other counts, on the bearish counts, right, we're still monitoring these as a possible development, where you have a WXY. This is that double combo that I've been monitoring for a long time, where you have WX and then you have an AB, and then we're doing the C down, a wave 1, 2. This wave 3 would need to be extremely aggressive. And if it is, then I want it to get going and start, breaking and making new lows and show me that indeed we are embarking in this third wave down, followed by a fourth, and then and then a fifth down. And if you look here, this would be the 618. This would be, in case this would be a wave 2, I'm going to go to a daily chart compared to this one here. With this whole wave move up, this first wave, you can see how it's measured between this the origin of the major wave down here and this one. The more, the softer measures it up here in the wave 1, and now you're having the 618 relationship in time. It would be somewhere about October 24. So if the market wants to extend even more as a wave 2, this is the projected path, and you would have this combined with the timeline, and it would bring you about here in a wave 2. So that's why I'm not dismissive of the wave count. I have to be aware of this. And here is the bottom line. If there's anything to take out of the Elliott wave, this is, and you can listen to people that have a lot of experience, maybe a lot more experience than I have in Elliott wave, that say, Elliott wave, it's a language, right? And you're learning it every day, and the better you are, the better you learn this language, the more you learn to read the market. And there is no shame in switching and turning and adjusting yourself into new wave counts and new possibilities. And you always have to double guess yourself, because that's how you protect your capital. But the moment you find counts that point in the same directions, and the moment you have more confirmation that a move is about to begin, or it's in the beginning phases, or it's in the ending phases of it, then you can prepare yourself and start trading the market into that direction. Because if you have the direction right, it's much easier to trade than if you're guessing the direction of the market. And right now we're guessing the direction of the market, right? It was much easier to kind of embark into this trend where you see clearly how the moves were developing from these lows, and than what's going on up here. Now we know the market will eventually break out of this consolidation. We just don't know yet when. And it can trick us into believing that, but as long as we're getting nice price confirmation, there's no two ways about it. So this can still very well happen in a wave 2. Also, this is that triple combo where you have a WXY and you have another X connector with an ABC. So instead of this being an 1, 2, it's an AB, and you're doing a larger move into the this Z wave of 4. And when I've said September 9 on a 1618, this is what I mean. And I go on a daily chart, and we've been monitoring this ever since we were watching the 100% line. Now we are at the 1618, so let's see what happens. If the market wants to go to 200%, so be it. But for right now, there's nothing to do. So I'm trying to hang on and see if we can get some bullish development here, because I have a wave count. Hold on a second. Let me go to. Okay, this is the other one where we have the orange count that says we're in a triangle, right? So kind of similar implications with the pink one, where we have the A, B, C, D, and E in a 4. And I guess the main difference between this one, where the triangle basically breaks downwards, and the one where the triangle basically breaks upwards, is the way you label the waves. And this is totally legit as well. You can be in an A, B, C, D, and then you can do another E wave down and be done and start climbing up higher, right? The problem with this is that you would end up having a 5th wave instead of the beginning of a new uptrend, which means that if you have another thrust out of this triangle, that means that there'll be a pretty heavy bear market in a correction in Bitcoin that will come all the way down again in an ABC. Okay, so from a bullish perspective, and if you want to think about that, ideally it would be nice if we could finish this move now, as a WXY, where you come down, like I've said before, towards 7,500, and be done with it, and then you have a clear 1, 2, and now we're embarking on a new uptrend over 25, over 30,000, over 40,000 maybe, right? Rather than having this as a wave 4 and do a 5 and then do a correction, because these wave 5s are pretty tricky, and although they can extend, they can be very sharp and quick, and you might not catch a lot of it. So that's why I'm kind of looking at the market this way. So this is the one, the pink count, where you can have a move down in E, and then I think the other one was this orange count that basically counts it as a WXY in a 4th wave. So pretty much similar thing, just different labeling. Okay, if I go back and look at the line chart, it looks pretty flat, and it does smell like it wants to move up higher here on a log chart. Right, it's a clear consolidation, and the markets usually want to do at least another thrust up before we pull back down or continue to go up higher. On the candlestick charts, not much. This is the 2-week chart. We're still kind of in a consolidation, very clear, not much. On a 1-month candles, very small move. 2-day candles, possibly a pullback, and that's what I've said. Maybe this is a 1, and then we're pulling back in 2. But I've seen this before. You can just take this and just bam, drop down. Okay, so there's not much to do. It's just more waiting and watching this grass grow. And as we're getting more data points into the price, we can plot counts, and we can come up with a better interpretation. So the only thing that I know is there's no rush. Right, the market is not going anywhere. Basically, it's going sideways, and I know that I will catch the move when it starts to happen. So I'm getting ready for that, and we'll see what happens. All right. The other thing is, in the other pairs, Litecoin is giving a little bit of a signs that it could be done, and you guys know that we've been watching a couple of scenarios in this one where you have basically, you could even have it like an ABC and be done and start moving into a 1, 2, moving up higher. I'm going to go to a daily chart. I think we've had also a count here where we have a WXYXZ. So this move down, this move could be already complete. You are at about 50%, almost reached it, but we could still make another move lower. Right? You could still be in a 1, 2, 3, some kind of a flat in 4, and drop down another 5 to annoy everybody, and then go up. The idea is that I think we are towards a terminal move in Litecoin, if we are not already done. And this could be the end of the wave 2, and then you can go up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, start developing this thrust up. But it could also be an A, B, C, although that it's kind of on the back burner, because then the market would have to extend into this wave 2 much longer in time, and it would drag itself towards December, even January, if that's the case, basically like I have it in this count, right? When you go on A, B, and then you come back here into a C wave. So that's in Litecoin. Ethereum, also gave a little bit of a sign that we might be done. I'm not 100% convinced. I really don't like this push out here. Let me go to discount, where you have a WXY and an ABC and done. We penetrated this trend line. We kind of broke above it. So I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is a 1-2, 1-2. Kind of a lot of overlapping moves here. So it could only be like a leading diagonal type of a thing. You have a clear three-wave move here. So this is a connector wave. It's either a B. It could be a very simple, ABC going up. It could be a WXY, and then we drop again. So for more confirmation in Ethereum, I want to see the market kind of break these tops here. This level here, I think it's important, 203, 204. And then even better, it's about 240. But hey, there's signs. And some of the other coins, EOS, I kind of like it. I noticed that we've bounced nicely up here from a 1-2. I know a lot of people, possibly hate this, some of these, and they have different kind of views on fundamentals and what's a shit coin and what's not a shit coin and whatever. But I really don't care about any of that. I just watch the counts, and if they make sense and we can make money, that's okay with me. So, but it's kind of the first one that's giving me a little bit of an impulse here, and I kind of like what's going on, although, in a nice push of the 618. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Ripple, it's completely dead. We might even go lower in Ripple before we are embarking in something stronger. Tron, possibly 786. We might have reached the low here, maybe another push, and then we go. So, I don't really look at these when I make my updates, but I just thought I'll throw that up there, kind of what I'm watching. Binance Coin, I don't know what's going on here. Probably a fourth wave move here, but I think it looks like it's a bear flag, and it might want to go lower before anything. So, guys, like I said, there is a lot of possibilities here. The market might give a sign that it wants to go up, but you could find yourself in a pinch, because this can also start dropping really aggressively and fake everybody out. So that's what I have for today, and I think it's been a longer video, about 17 minutes here, but I'll stop it. And if you guys have any comments, leave them in the room, and show me different charts and ideas, and engage in discussions about markets, and it's all good. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye.